Oh, hey guys, let's make one more fiery explosion design. In the previous tutorials, I've done these three, and now I'm going to make one for this final one. So let's get cracking. If you guys missed the other tutorials, I'm going to link them in the description, so no worries. You can get all caught up on that jazz. Okay, so spiral fire basically is what we're looking at here. We want to use the guide really closely on this tutorial because basically it's going to be our lifeline to get this to not look ridiculous. And so following these rings on the inner curve is going to be the key to success. I don't have to follow it on the outer curve. That would just make it so that everything was a square. And we don't want squares. We want tapered wispy swooshes? I'm going to call them wispies. Alright, so something to consider. Copy this over and paste it right here. Right here. Something to consider with these shapey shapes is that the negative shapes are just as important as the positive shapes. So there's a negative shape there, which you're like, yeah, okay. But if you look closely, I'm just gonna go to this frame so that we can see it over here. If you look closely, this forms a circle. A perfect circle. And it's indicated, even here, it's indicated where that circle is, and it follows all the way around. This sets me up to have some really nice negative shapes that extend really, really far. And there's more of them. There's one here. There's even some out on the periphery. And there's one here, where you wouldn't suspect it as much. You'll notice that these negative shapes have a similar shape language to the positive shapes. They taper off at their end and they broaden out at the front. Except for this guy. He's just being a rebel. And this guy here goes all the way around. Whoops. Like so. And now I've officially messed up my drawing, so I'll do Control A and get rid of all the lines. Okay, so hope that made sense about the negative and the positive and all that. So I'm going to be thinking about where I want my negative and my positive shapes to be. I want to always keep the blunt end facing this way. But I want to also create lots of really, really cool opportunities for my negative shapes to shine. Shimmy shine. And these first shapes that I lay down may or may not stay for the entire thing because I might really not like them. But the goal is just to create something interesting, kind of unique, and swirling around. And if you work quickly, two things will happen. Number one, you'll make a mess. Number two, some happy accidents. You'll create something that if you had been going slow, you never would have created. It's probably a pretty sloppy way of working, but it has defined my career. So I guess my career is kind of sloppy. And that's okay. Because artists are sloppy. Or something. I don't know. Direct quote by Jason Kaiser. Artists are sloppy. I guess I can say that because I am one. Kind of. I don't know. So I want to connect some of these together because I can't be having everybody separate. And I'm starting to get a line that goes like that. And that's not good. That's just bad for biz. So let's break that up. Oh look, I got a negative shape. Beautiful. Happy accidents. What did I tell you? Sloppy Career by Jason Kaiser. You guys thought I was good at this stuff. Ha! Y'all fooled. Alright. Trying to get this to... So I'm trying to avoid these like diagonal shortcuts. I'm trying to get it to generally like radiate out. You know what I'm saying? And do that instead. I mean, I can't always have my way, but I'm gonna sure try to get my way on this. I don't know, because I don't have enough guidelines. I don't know if this is actually a good circle. Or let's add a guideline. Unlock that layer. Go inside of the symbol. This is a group here, so I'm going to break that apart. And I'm going to grab this guy here. Oh, first I'm going to copy and paste that guy in place. Control-Shift-V. And then I'm going to do this. Oh, look at that. My circle was bogus. It was a bad circle. Good thing I didn't follow my instincts and relied instead on Flash. Cool. Sure, looks good. Alright. So as you're drawing these lines, just try to be as free as you can with like creating them, and you can always match them to the rings later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get too self-conscious about like whether or not your stuff is matching the flow of the rings. Like right there, that's fine. And start to figure out like where you want the continuous shapes to be, because having longer areas of like negative shapes is a good thing. That's what you want. And you want multiples of these to match up on the same lines. Like if I stagger too much, too many shapes, then it starts to get busy and whoa, I should not be able to edit, and I should lock that layer. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to do that because it creates a staggered busyness going on. You want to have a better flow than that. So this guy right here breaks that rule in a big way. So let's get him to not break so many rules. Because I just want him to follow the rules. Okay, so this guy's on this line. Let's get him with the show. Get him with the program. There we go. Yeah, that comes up like that. Yeah, something like that. Sure. And then I got this dude is on this line. I see what I did there. So this line is important. But then so is that line. You know what? I can do both. I can do both. I just don't want to keep going in a diagonal. But I can bring this up here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's right. So that now these two are on the same line. Oh yeah. And then I'll make this a thick shape. You need some shapes to be thick. Notice over here I've got some thicker shapes than others. So I'll make that thick so that that guy and that guy are not parallel. There we go. I love effects because all they really are is like establishing a whole bunch of rules on how to make beautiful shapes, and then breaking all those rules to make unexpected shapes that are even more beautiful than the ones that the rules would give you. It's kind of a fun thing to dilly-dabble in. I really like this shape. You see that? How like it comes down and then it like spreads out like that. I want one of those for myself. I need one in my life. I'll put it right here. Put it right there, this guy coming up like that. That's right. Perfect. Perfect. And then look, next to that, how serendipitous. Serendipitopulous. Topulous, not topless. I'm not that kind of YouTuber. So I don't like this gap. Here's the problem with this gap. There's a positive shape here and a positive shape here. And they're meeting at a weird spot. Shapes should not meet shapes at weird spots. So, if I do something more like this, now they have more of a relationship to each other, and they're not just randomly crossing paths. There's a commentary about life in there somewhere. Okay, rather than just moving that out, I'm going to resize, center my transform. Eesh. I really like this shape though. You know what? I'm going to keep that shape. Keep it, and I'm going to do that with it. Nope. Nope, I'm not. Nope. Up. Q. Flash. Okay, here we go. I can flash. Arrow keys can nudge it around when you've got the selection selected. And there we go. So I could leave this the way it is, but you know what? I'm going to scale. First, I'm going to scale it out a little further. Just a little bit further. Oh, snapping, please. If I turn off snapping, it'll scale more smoothly. And I'm gonna clean up the inside edge, even though I liked how it looked. I need that inside edge to wrap with the line. That's part of creating that illusion of it all swirling as one mass. I can only put my variation on the outside part of the line. I can't be putting it inside. I gotta follow my own rules, otherwise the effect will look disconnected and weird. So I can check it by turning off the guy there, hide it there. And I can start to see that it's coming together. It's looking alright. This is coming out a little too far. But I really wanted it. But it really doesn't work, so I have to get rid of it. So maybe I could do something over here, I don't know. Sure. Why not? I might regret that later. There's a lot of things I regret after doing them. But animating should not be one of them. Guys, I don't even know anymore what I'm doing with this. This is just weird. It's a thing that does a thing. Yes? Question mark? Sure. Looks great. Alright. Make it till you make it. You know what? We do need something out here though. I'll just do a little squiggly whoop. And I'll make it match the ring. It's even better. Alright. Our neighbor with the diesel has arrived. It shouldn't be too long. Hang on. Alright, he's still backing in, but I've got the window closed, so we're good. Alright. That to match my line. Line up with the line. Alright, we're ready for orange. Let's get some of that orange going on. Now the leading edge, this is just the same principle that I used in this other one, where the leading edge is cooling off and the part behind it is hotter. because the leading edge is meeting the cold air as it goes around, and the trail behind it is still warm because it has not yet cooled from the cold air. It's at least the theory. You want to be thinking of thick and thin all the time when you're doing this stuff. So you'll notice, like, I've got a thick width here, and it goes down to a thin width up here. See a little better when I fill it. So it starts thick, goes thin. And we got that. There we go. All right. This kind of looks like a dragon up here, doesn't it? You got like the dragon head, and you got like the leg there, and he's maybe got his wings tucked with his tail. I don't know. I've seen that earlier. There we go. Go. These all leaded edges cool off real quick. I've been doing that on all of them. Maybe I'll switch that guy up. Don't make all your lines so predictable, Do a little thing here and there. Oh my gosh, flash. Smoothing. It's too much. Sometimes it'll mess up your line for you, even with smoothing set at 40. If it's set to 50 over here, oof, that'll really jack up your lines. Alright. Got any stray lines? I can hit Control A, select my line type, and none. It'll get rid of them. Clean up some more of this biz. Have to follow that. People will think that you're perfect at drawing circles. Right? Really don't like that at all. Maybe it just does that. There's a little hole in it. Perfect. Okay, so some different things I did over here. I had some bigger shapes like this where I could do some more interesting stuff. Let's find opportunities where I can create that over here. So we've got kind of a bigger-ish shape over here, and I'm not sure what I was doing back here anyway, so I sensed that this might be the right shape to come in and do some crazy business like this. This weird shapes going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, something like that. And then, ooh, there's a little piece of line I left back there. It's embarrassing. Maybe even open some of this up here with that negative shape. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like the direction it's going. It's a fun little negative shape in there. Alright. Really get this going back. And this looks weird. I'm just getting rid of that so that it tucks into there. A lot of this is about smooth transitions, right? Like, you want these overall shapes to feel like they naturally flow together. But you don't want weird tangents, right? Like, I wouldn't want... I'll just show you one now. Oh, snapping was turned off. I didn't realize. So right now this area looks fine, but if I were to take this orange down to here, like that, it creates this weird tangent where this is fine, but then this V touches it right there, that intersection, and it just feels strange. It's like, why would those touch at the same point? I guess they could, but if you can avoid it, it's better design practice to just not have them touch and to have this nice rest in between them. This over here has been bugging me since I drew it. It's just these two lumps. Two lumpy lumps. And I don't know, maybe one of the lumps does that or something. I have no idea. Sure, that looks great. Cool, I actually like it. Just finding ways to add variety is always a good thing. Always, always, always. Variety. Feels better. I like it. I kind of got this long flowing shape here, which looks even more like a dragon now, or a peacock. I'm going to go with peacock. So what about this shape? Yeah. Alright, let's go with it. Alright, get our guide back up so we can see what the heck we're doing. Yeah, this is a mess. Alright, there we go. I like it. I like it. Whoops. There we go. Get it, get it, get it. Alright. There we go. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Alright, so got this shape going on. Feeling pretty good about it. We got some little shapes. Could probably use a few more little shapes, actually. We got some big shapes. Feels like it's belonging about in the same world as this other one over here. It's a lot bigger, that's for certain. Take care of that here. Control A and then hold Shift and click on these little ones because I don't want to make them any smaller. Size down the rest of it. Oh shoot, put your transform to the center first before you do anything. Okay. Cool. I can even turn on onion skinning here. Make sure that they're pretty much basically the same size. Like that. Alright. Okay. I like it. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. So we have our swirl fire explosion going on. You can use it for a variety of things, maybe a camera facing impact or a ground impact where there's like a fire spell with like energy coming out. Now that we've got these 8 complete from the 4 tutorials, we can go in and start animating one of them. I'm not sure which one I want to do first. It's going to be hard to pick. There's some things I like about all of them. But I'll go through and start animating a fiery explosion next. Hope you're excited, and I hope you learned something.